Welcome to the continuation of The Source. This is episode 13, and my name is Kingsley Emufua, your host. Welcome to episode 13 of The Source, a deep dive into James Michener's monumental novel about the land of Israel, the people who built it, and the civilizations buried beneath its soil. The artifact at level 3 is a golden menorah, the seven-branched candelabrum that is one of the oldest and most enduring symbols of Judaism, specified in Exodus as the lamp to be kept burning perpetually in the temple. This particular menorah was cast by Moorish craftsmen. It was cast in Avaro, Spain, around 1240 CE, during the period when Jewish life in Spain was still tolerated, even admired. It was deposited at Makor on June 21, 1559, after sunset. The date and time are precise, a summer evening in the Ottoman-controlled Galilee, a generation after the Jewish community's expulsion from Spain. The Spanish menorah carried across the Mediterranean by refugees. Placed on this ancient mound in Ottoman Palestine, it is one of the novel's most moving images. It represents the persistence of culture, the carrying of light through darkness, and the eventual arrival, however difficult the journey, at a place of renewed flourishing. Level 3 opens with a survey of the entire age of Renaissance expansion: Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Copernicus, Luther, Michelangelo, Machiavelli. It was, Michener writes, an age of expansion, intellectual discovery, religious explosion, and political invention, an age of growing freedom. And then he delivers the devastating final line, "but not for Jews." In 1492, the year Columbus sailed west, the entire Jewish population of Spain was given 4 months to convert or leave. Some 200,000 people with roots in Iberia going back more than 700 years. Most left. Portugal expelled them in 1497. The Italian states confined their Jews to ghettos. Germany subjected them to repeated pogroms. The entire population was being compressed, threatened with extinction, precisely in the century when every other group in Europe was expanding its horizons and enlarging its world. The Jews who fled Spanish carried the accumulated intellectual wealth of a civilization that had produced Maimonides and philosophers. They produced philosophers and poets and physicians who had served as ornaments of the court. And they carried the menorah. The expelled Jews did not go directly to Palestine. Most went first to Turkey and North Africa, where Sultan Bayezid II welcomed them. He reportedly said that the Spanish king who expelled his best taxpayers was impoverishing his own kingdom to enrich the Ottoman one. From these first destinations, over the following decades, a significant community began making its way to the hilltop city of Safed. Safed became, in the 16th century, one of the most extraordinary communities in the history of Judaism, only a few miles from Tell Makor. Within a generation of the Spanish expulsion, Jewish scholars produced a body of work that transformed the entire trajectory of religious life. The great legal code, the Shulchan Aruch, the Set Table, which remains the foundational legal text today, was written in Safed by Joseph Caro. The most important school of Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah, reached its peak under Isaac Luria, whose disciples spread his teachings. And the Friday night liturgy that Jews around the world still sing, Lecha Dodi, Come My Beloved, was composed in Safed. Why mysticism? Why turn to esoteric speculation after catastrophic loss? Michener's answer is profound and psychologically accurate. When the world becomes unbearable and history offers only suffering, human beings reach for transcendence. They ask not only what, but why. Not only who did this to us, but what does it mean about the nature of reality? God had, in creating the universe, contracted. This withdrawal, called tzimtzum, meant that the vessels containing divine light shattered, scattering divine sparks across the material world. The task of every human being was tikkun olam, the repair of the world, gathering the scattered sparks back toward their divine source. The task of every human being was tikkun olam, the repair of the world, gathering the scattered sparks back toward their divine source. The golden menorah deposited at Makor represents all of this. The light that was carried from Spain through Turkey to Palestine. Only the chain of seaports from Antioch to Acre remains, and even these are living on borrowed time. The golden menorah deposited at Makor represents all of this. The light that was carried from Spain through Turkey to Palestine. Joseph Caro, Isaac Luria, Moses Cordovero, these are among the most underappreciated figures in Western intellectual history. In the same century as Luther and Shakespeare, they were creating a body of thought that would shape Jewish life for 400 years. It rippled outward into Hasidism and into the secular concept of tikkun olam that drives much of modern social activism. The source, as ever, was flowing. Every great wave of history produces the same transformation. The source does not stop. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you found that as rich and thought-provoking as I did. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. Kingsley Emufua, your host, signing off. See you in the next episode.